On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And if you haven't gotten your tickets to see us live on tour yet, what
are you waiting for?
Tickets are available at obituarypodcast.com. You no longer need that silly pre-sale code.
Oh my God, but they're selling like hotcakes, so you better get you on over there.
Yeah, you better get you on over there. Or else.
Get your ass over there.
Yeah. Hey, tell them.
Hey, we cannot wait to see you guys.
Oh, we're so excited. The announcement went live today for us.
Yes, for us.
We finally made the post today, and we are just so excited and can't wait to see you all.
I know we've been hinting at it.
Yes, for a very long time. And there's other things we've been hinting at, too, that will hopefully come to fruition soon as well.
Can I just say, I am not pregnant, Geoff.
Oh, my.
So many of you messaged us because we did like a little, hey, something's coming or we're going to announce something. And everyone was like, Madison is pregnant.
I would also like to say that I am not pregnant.
Oh, yes. I know. Everyone said that too.
We got quite a few of those. Hot Dog is not pregnant either.
Doris is not.
And that's all we know. I was laughing though because some of them were like, what's the announcement? Did Madison break her ankle?
Yeah.
God, you just know us.
You guys just get it.
Actually, you don't know us if you think that either of us would be interested in having a baby anytime soon.
Oh my God.
Please. Who has time for a baby?
Nope, not us.
Not us. We have too much, I don't know what we got, but not enough stamina to have a child right now.
Oh my God, but you really thought I was.
I know everyone thought you were pregnant. I think it's because I used an emoji. That's kind of like the sweet one. That's what people were saying. Like, oh, like I thought the emoji or whatever.
I'm talking about yesterday. I had food poisoning and you were like, nope, you're pregnant. You're pregnant. I'm like, I'm absolutely 1000% not. I promise you. I just ate Costco chicken tortilla soup.
Oh, she is furious. Listen up, Kirkland.
Kirkland, you found an article about that soup.
Uh-huh.
And it fucked people up.
Madison's
fucked me up.
It's like having a child where you're like telling me your symptoms and I'm like pulling up like charts like, okay, is it this or is it this? Do you feel more like this? Or like I'm like giving you medical advice, which is gonna, hey, come in handy with my coffin spinner later, but I won't give too much away.
Okay.
Also, I just have to say one more thing about the tour. I need you guys to know because I saw we knew that some people would be like, oh, why aren't you coming to our city? Especially Florida. Florida, I have to say, was probably the most upset with this. You guys, we do not choose the cities that we go to.
Uh-huh.
And I just need you guys to know that. I wrote back to one person, but we don't choose any of it. We don't choose the route. We don't choose any of how it goes. That is decided for us. And we are so grateful for the people that put that together. Mm-hmm. If we had a choice, hell, we'd be at probably all of your hometowns.
Seriously. We would love to come to Florida.
Oh, and also, we're not dying anytime soon, babes. There could be another tour in the future.
Absolutely. We could go out of the U.S. Who knows?
Who knows? Maybe venture overseas or something.
Yeah.
But not till at least 2024. Just putting that out there. This isn't a hint.
Yeah.
We're going to need a break after this year, but not from this. Not from you guys. Not from now.
No, but we'll have you know that our hotels, some of them may or may not have bunk beds.
You guys, why were we booking the hotels? Because that's also something I don't know if you guys know, but when people go on tour, you have to book all your own travel and hotels. Mm-hmm. And we found this hotel and we're like, oh, this actually looks really cool. All of the hotels that we've been booking, we're like just getting like 2 queen beds or whatever. And Madison goes, oh, is that a bunk bed? And she said, please, can we get the bunk bed? Please. And it's one hotel that we have to be in for multiple days, of course. And I was like, sure.
And we did it.
Whatever makes you happy. You gotta keep her happy. Okay, so I mentioned that I think it was the episode that went out last week. I was getting ready because the next day I was gonna have my wisdom teeth extracted. Mm-hmm. Well, you already know this, but I go down to my appointment. I'm like all ready. I've already like mentally prepared. I've bought applesauce, got rid of some my crunchy snacks, all of that. Get down there. The doctor says, oh yeah, so we're not going to do it today. We're going to do it in like 2 weeks. We're going to do one more scan. And so they did like a CT scan of my head, not just the x-ray. He went the full shebang. And I was like up in there looking with them when I was supposed to be sitting in the chair.
That doesn't look right.
What's that? What do you mean? I got 2 brains? They said, sir, those are your testicles. No, just kidding.
What?
I don't know.
No. Dicks in your brain.
Yeah. Oh, always on my mind. No, but he was like, you got really weird teeth. And I said, huh? He's like, no, your teeth are straight because I had braces and everything. I didn't wear my retainer.
Oh, I didn't either. I really, it's one of those things that your parents say, like, do it. I wish I did it.
Oh, me too.
Now I'm back to Bucktooth Becky.
Whatever. But I have 2 wisdom, like on my upper wisdom teeth, I have 2. So I have a total of 6 wisdom teeth. I have 2 on the bottom and I have 2 on each side on top. And they're kind of layered like a shark. But they've never been a problem because I can like floss between them and brush, obviously.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, these are very strange. And so he called over the other people.
Can you show me?
No.
Can you open your mouth?
No.
Why?
Because that's what, I don't want to do that.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, I just want to see. You said you have shark teeth.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's private.
Ew, okay.
Respect my boundaries.
You will be giving me those wisdom teeth, though. Did you ask him?
No, not yet. But that was the first thing. He didn't take them out. That was the first thing Madison said to me is like, can I have your teeth? And I was like, what? And she was like, will you give me your teeth? And I was like, I guess. Yeah.
They're awesome. Wisdom teeth are the coolest. I have mine. I have my mom's from when she was young and got hers out. I think they're sick.
Okay, well, you heard it here. Madison gets my wisdom teeth. But I was feeling super defeated that night. And then I was sitting at home. I started really craving mint chocolate chip ice cream. I was craving it. And I was craving the specific Dreyer's brand mint chocolate chip ice cream because that's my favorite one. I haven't had it in years, but I just randomly got this like pang for it. I went to Postmate it and I searched Dreyer's mint chocolate chip ice cream. It pulls up Eddie's. I say, who the hell is Eddie?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of Eddie before in my life. So I posted it online because it was the same packaging as Dreyer's, but it just said Eddie's instead of Dreyer's. And I'm looking it up and it's like, oh yeah, there's like misinformation online about it. I post it on, I think it was Twitter first and then Instagram. And everyone's like, oh, that's what we call it on the East Coast. I've never heard of Dreyer's. And so I know. But then everyone from the West Coast was like, wait a second, I have only heard of Dreyer's.
Yeah.
What is Eddie's? Like, this is a Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Like, no, I think it's just the same company has multiple, things. So anyways, I Postmated the ice cream. It was delicious. When it arrived, it was Dreyer's.
Well, of course, we don't sell Eddie's here.
And then what happened?
Well, I saw that and I said, can I have some?
She called me and she was like, hey, do you want to come over? And I was like, yeah, okay. And then she's like,
Postmates is getting expensive.
You want
to come over?
Yeah, you called me like 5 minutes later and you're like, hey, have you left yet? And I was like, no. I was like, do you need me to stop somewhere?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, do you want to bring that ice cream over? I was like, yeah. Well, we watched the best movie ever.
Blast from the Past. Did you love it?
Yes, and we were hot and heavy over Brendan Fraser in that movie.
Oh my God. I hadn't seen Blast from the Past in like a few years.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I was missing a few years ago. I don't think I thought it. And then watching him, I'm like, oh my God, he's a hunk and a half.
He's a hunk.
Truly.
Uh-huh.
And just kind of stupid.
And
the
older you get, the more attractive stupid becomes. Let me tell you.
Just a nice guy.
Just nice.
That you would have thought was such a dork, so annoying before. Nice guys finish first. Okay, drop the bombs.
Drop the bass. Drop the bass.
It's true.
And that was our weekend.
Well, yeah, and then you left, or you were like leaving. And I was in my head, I was sitting there. I'm like, I hope he doesn't fucking take the ice cream back. I hope he doesn't.
Oh, really? Because when I said, hey, I'm going to leave that ice cream here, you were like, no. No.
Take it. And then you're like, okay, I'm just going to throw it out then. I'm like, no, don't do it.
You said you could leave it, and I went back the next day to your house. I just remember this, and I was like, "Hey, do you still have that ice cream?" And you're like, "Yeah, I think I had another scoop." And then I was like, "Oh, okay." And I go and I open it. The whole thing is literally empty.
It's the sides of ice cream on it.
Oh well, it's what I get. It's what I needed to.
I never crave a mint chip anything really. It hit the spot.
Mint chip ice cream is great. It's not only refreshing, but it also has the Dryer's brand specifically good little chocolate bits in there. It's not speckles. It's just nice little thin chunks. And I love it.
Thin chunks.
Great ratio.
I'm typically a vanilla girly. I love like a good vanilla or like a caramel, whatever. I don't really crave like a chocolate or a mint or whatever, but when I saw the package, it brought something back in like my childhood or so, like on your Instagram. And I was like, please bring that. I don't know. I just always remember having ice cream in the freezer. And I never do that now, probably because I'll fucking run through the carton in a night.
I was same. That's why I wanted to leave it at your house, because I knew I would just eat it all and not feel good the next day. It was good. Well, you know what? Good. I am glad it brought happy memories to you. And I hope that other people watched that on my stories and said, I want to order that.
Yeah.
If that can be my influence, so let it be.
Yep.
People to have ice cream. And it's also just fun to order yourself treats every now and again. You don't need an excuse. If you had a long fucking week,
do it.
Postmate something fun. Order your favorite candy bar. Do whatever you want.
Oh, yeah.
Life's short.
Life is short. Eat the ice cream.
Oh, she's full of the quotes.
I am.
Life's short. Eat the ice cream. That sounds like something you'd see on a sign at Home Goods or something.
I know.
Like a kitchen sign. And I love that.
Me too.
That's it. I don't think anything else really that exciting happened this week.
It was just a very exciting week.
It was very exciting.
The whole thing had a crazy, exciting aura to it.
Yeah. Ice cream, tour, movie. Oh, also, if you haven't watched Blast from the Past, love it. You know, I went on like a 90s movie binge this weekend because after I watched that, I watched, there's a movie starring Sally Field. I think it came out in 96. It's called Eye for an Eye. And I won't give too much away, but it says this in the description. Her child is murdered and the killer walks free. So she takes matters into her own hands.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It's a good, like, suspenseful. No one fucking did it better than the 90s when it came to
movies,
thrillers, especially.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nowadays, so many movies, I'll say it, I feel like they just pump them out. The movies from the 90s, you go back and watch one that you've seen 1,000 times and you realize, oh, that's so-and-so. That's so, like, there's so many people. It's just great.
It is. It really is. And the 90s had that resurgence of the 1950s
and 60s, kind of like the future 60s stuff, like
like where everybody was like into that again. And so that was so influential, I think, in a lot of these movies too. So it just had like, it's just the best, especially
80s movies too, I guess, could be considered that, because like even I remember like vintage shopping forever. It'd always be like, okay, is this like authentic 1950s or is this shirt 80s does 50s? And you can always tell, like, especially on the guy stuff, because like the lapels on the collars would be like super elongated in like the late 70s and early 80s. And then the 50s, they're more like the normal. And that's our culture corner that we covered on our podcast. There is a lot of movies that I want to watch that are in theaters right now, but I don't feel like I'm going to a theater to watch it. So I'll wait for them to come to streaming. That was one good thing about quarantine was everything was available on streaming right away. Now most of them are like 45 days after release, they'll come to wherever. I'm like, I don't want to wait.
I know. And this weekend, you told me, blinds down, lights out, phone off.
Yes. That's what...
hermit weekend.
Maybe watch some more of those 90s movies.
Self-care. Yeah.
There's nothing more that I would rather do on a weekend than just be a complete shut-in after like a long week especially.
You know, I think that that's a lot of the reason why I'm such a night owl. And I saw a TikTok about this, of course. This girl, she wakes up at 4 a.m. I go to bed at 4 a.m. But she was saying, like, why is the energy so immaculate at like 4 a.m.? And she's like, I thought about it. She's like, it's because everyone is asleep. And everyone's like just moving slower. And then you hit like a 7 a.m. and it's like hustle bustle. Nobody wants to go to work. People are driving. I like the energy at night. The weekend, there's a different energy.
Yeah.
And just to be able to like shut in, not talk to anybody, not worry about anything. The best feeling
I'm
in the
not a
world.
texter. And
No.
I've been, for some reason, this week has been a lot of texting, and I hate it.
You and I have been texting a lot.
I know. I mean, we're still on the phone probably just as much, but we've been texting. Even we're just making sure that we're in 24-hour connection. Well, yeah, that's when you should be concerned about me. If I'm reaching out via text message, just know he's about to take a dive. He needs a shut-in weekend. All right. Well, are you guys sick of hearing about us? Because I am.
Let's hear about some other Geoffs.
Let's hear about the Geoffs.
All right. I have a listener email, and this email made me cry a little and then crack up and then made me say, whoa, that's amazing.
Okay, I'm sold.
All right. It says, hi, Spencer and Madison, a dedicated Geoff here and longtime listener of Obituary and Cult Leader. Q gushing about you two, your chemistry, and how Madison's laugh makes me laugh out loud while I drive my 45 minutes each way to work each day.
Oh, thank you.
I know. Keep doing what you do. I don't think you know the impact you have on people, especially those of us who have lost loved ones. I just listened to the episode about dying in prison and themed funerals. I wanted to tell you about my husband's funeral, which was kind of themed, but not in a Star Wars epic kind of way. And then she inserts a suicide trigger warning, so there you go. She said, after years of suffering from anxiety and depression, my husband of 22 years took his life on September 21st, 2022.
Oh,
which
I'm
was
so sorry.
so recent. I'm so sorry. My husband was a lover of all types of music, and I mean all types. Google Inuit throat singing. You won't thank me for it. Mountain biking, dogs of all shapes and sizes, especially our old man Chico, and Vans tennis shoes. He gave no fucks and all of the fucks at both times, which made him a complicated man. I get that. I'm like, I give no fucks and a lot of fucks. We had only jokingly spoken about how we wanted our funerals to go, thinking that there was loads of time to sort that out. He said he wanted to be stripped naked, strapped to a trebuchet, and launched into the North Sea that we live on the coast of here in Scotland.
I love it.
After that, he wanted a barbecue to be held in his honor and plenty of food and beer for everyone to enjoy. Now, I didn't think that I could legally launch my husband into the sea, so we had to figure out another way to honor his life. My daughter and I put together a playlist of some of his favorite songs to be played as people came into the chapel for the services, and a load of pictures were played on a loop that showed him at his best. I told everyone that they didn't need to dress up as he lived his life in cargo shorts, t-shirts, and Vans. I didn't think he'd want everyone in their Sunday's best and would want people to be comfortable. One of his close friends had a black and white checkered Vans shoe sticker with his name on the side wall made for me to hand out to people that attended the service.
So sweet.
I know. All of the guys he biked with came in t-shirts, shorts, and Vans to the funeral, and they also helped carry him into the crematorium. It was a sad day, but I think we did him proud in trying to tailor the service to his personality and favorite things. The same friend that made the stickers is a master potter that makes amazing ceramic robots and has made a special robot for my husband's ashes to live in.
Wow.
I've attached photos for you to look at. Your podcast gave me the confidence to step out of the normal funeral box and arrange a funeral that was personal to him. I hope that you and my fellow Geoffs enjoy my little story. And if you read this on the podcast, I will probably pee my pants. She said, peace out, bitches. Geoff, Janelle. I want you to see these pictures. Okay, look at the robot.
That is so cool.
Isn't that so cool? I know. It's just like, find what would be meaningful and cool, and it doesn't have to fit the norm, and do it.
It's great that they encapsulated your husband
To a T.
To a T versus just handing out something random that they think.
Yeah.
Like a rock with the name drawn on it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not forget.
Let's not forget that.
But seriously, Janelle, I'm so, so, so sorry for your loss. I'm sure that
know.
was very heavy.
Horrible, yeah.
We appreciate you sharing your story with
I know. And we're thinking about you all the way here in California.
Yes.
Miss Scotland.
Crazy.
Crazy.
What do you do? How'd you find us?
I know.
But I loved that.
I did too.
Still always amazes me whenever people find us helpful whatsoever.
You know what amazes me is her, but also most of the Geoffs like attitudes. Yes, of course, I'm sure she's mourning and this is absolutely horrific for her. But the fact that she could take herself out of that and really plan something that was so special.
It's a hard thing to do. It's hard to like be in that mindset or in that space of grief and just be able to make anything happen.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
Let alone
absolutely.
plan this fantastic service.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you did him justice.
Yes.
I don't know how to transition this, but
Oh no, do we have some assholes?
we do. We
Okay.
got a few today. In a wild twisted turn of events, we have
Wow.
we have not one, but two.
Oh my God, two assholes.
Can you believe
What
it?
could you ask for?
Okay, this person says, am I the asshole for forcing my daughter to come to her grandma's funeral? My daughter, 16, refused to come to her grandmother's funeral. While I do understand, my husband, 50, is heartbroken. My mother-in-law, 79, so her husband's mom, has been a horrible woman to me. To put it short, she has isolated me and my daughters from my husband's side of the family, and she passed 3 days ago. My husband grew up in a single-parent household, and it broke his heart to see us being left out. While he did his best, she did not care. In our culture, a funeral is 3 days long. I still remember my husband sobbing on the phone, informing me that she passed. He's never cried like that before. I told my daughter that we must go, but not in sadness, but to comfort my husband, her father. Traditionally, we are supposed to stay overnight, but I put my foot down on that. I understand why it would be hard, but I told her that her father is heartbroken and in pain and should not go through this alone. That this is what a family does and that we must look out for them. Once she does this, the matter will be over and she never has to talk about her grandmother again. So she very begrudgingly came, but now she won't talk to me, saying that she had to do something that she never wanted to do. I haven't told my husband because I know it will hurt him knowing that no matter how hard he tried, his mother never loved his daughter, and it will haunt him, and I don't want to hurt him in a vulnerable state. Am I the asshole?
No, I think you're just in a tough position.
I agree.
I'm all for not forcing your children to do things that make them uncomfortable. Like the whole like, oh, you're at a family party and you have to hug everyone. Like, no, I don't. I think you let them make that decision themselves. But yeah, that's a tough
I think
one.
it's tough. I think it's tough, especially when you're dealing with a loss of someone who you might not have found favorable. Like, okay, am I being petty if I don't make her go? Yeah, it's tough. Okay, so surprisingly, she was voted the asshole. But okay, listen to this. So she added an update and wrote, my husband had gone no contact with his mother for 12 years. And when we dated for 3 years, he was no contact for 2. And he is her only son, so he had to do the funeral. And then she said, I talked to my daughter. I pulled her out of school for the day after this all went down.
Sounds like a good mom.
Listen to this. And we watched a movie. I told her I was sorry. She said that the main reason she didn't want to go was that she hated knowing that they now would never reconcile. And while she was happy that she was gone, she wished that she had more of a relationship.
Oh.
And that she was upset it didn't hurt me when she saw my mother-in-law treat me like that. I told her it did, but our relationships should never affect hers. It sounds super mature. We talked it out and we picked up my youngest and watched another movie and made dinner. And oh my God, I'm so glad we talked it out. I really missed my gossip buddy.
That like makes me emotional.
I know. I got like chills when I first read it. I was like, that's so sweet. Like,
so sweet.
this is a mom who clearly cares a lot.
Yeah. But also sounds like a good wife who's like trying to comfort her husband too.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's complicated.
You wouldn't want to go to your husband and be like, hey, she doesn't want to go to your mom's funeral. What do you want me to tell her? Like, you really want to make me make her... it's hard. And it's such a personal thing every single time. Everyone's relationship is different. But even if she was the asshole in that situation for forcing her daughter to go, she's clearly not the asshole anymore. And she made it right.
She was just put in a fucked up situation.
Which is unfortunately what death does to all of us. Puts us in a fucked up situation.
Absolutely.
Okay, this next one says, am I the asshole for not letting my aunt have my mom's car after she died? For context, the aunt I'm referring to is not my mom's sister, but my dad's. My parents are divorced, and I am my mom's only child.
Okay.
Let me say that again. The aunt she's referring to is not her mom's sister, it's her dad's sister.
Right, and they're divorced.
And her parents are divorced, and she's the only child.
Okay.
June of this year, my mom passed away. My husband and I had planned on going to the annual vacation with his family at the time my mom was in the hospital recovering from having a pacemaker put in. I had contemplated not going, but my mom and the doctors assured me she was doing better, so I took the risk and traveled about 1,200 miles away. On the return drive home, I received a call from the hospital asking which funeral home was coming to pick up my mom's body. Oh my God, imagine finding out like that.
Holy shit. Wow.
I was the one driving at the time, and I had to pull over on the side of a major interstate to try and process what was being asked of me. The hospital was not aware that I did not know that she had passed and was instantly very remorseful, I would hope.
Oh my God.
Turns out that when my aunt had visited my mom, she had left her phone number, and my mom had instructed that they call my aunt for anything while I was out of state. They had called her to tell her my mom had passed, but my aunt never called me. So that's how I found out she was gone.
Wow.
And I'm assuming this is the dad's sister.
Sister.
We get home and I immediately go to my mom's apartment, overwhelmed at the task of trying to figure out what to do with her things. She was a hoarder.
Do we know if the dad is alive?
It just says that they're divorced.
Okay.
My aunt lived in the apartment next to my mom and never offered to help. My cousin ended up driving 10 hours to spend a week helping me try and sort through her things because I'm 6 months pregnant. Jesus, life is just hitting this girl.
And is that cousin the aunt's daughter?
No, I don't think so. As we work, I noticed that my mom's jewelry is missing. The only other person who had a key to the apartment was my aunt. I asked her about it and got no response. She refused to even answer her door. I then find my mom's car keys, but notice the car is gone. My aunt had the spare. My cousin takes me home to rest, and the next day I text my aunt asking for the spare key to the car. I tell her that I'm bringing my mom's car to my house. She finally responds, freaking out, asking if I really intend to leave her stranded with no vehicle.
Oh!
I explained that the insurance is in my name because it had been for a year as a way to help my mom since she was on a fixed income. And since my aunt did not have a driver's license, I did not feel comfortable with her driving the car.
Oh, no.
If anything happened, it would fall on me, and I'm not taking responsibility for her. She blew up saying she was responsible and had proved it to my mom countless times.
Honey, you don't have a license.
I told her it didn't matter that I'm not my mom and I wasn't okay with her driving a vehicle that I was responsible for with no license. When she realized she wasn't getting anywhere with me, she claimed that my mom wanted her to have the car when she died. That's dirty. I told my aunt that I would sign over my car to her, and once she had the title in her name, she could have it for free.
Wow.
She didn't want my 2015 car. She wanted my mom's 2020. Am I the asshole for refusing her?
Oh, no, you are absolutely not. And I hope you give her nothing.
I hope she gets neither car and you put
Get her a bike.
I hope you call the police when you see her driving that car around and say, ooh, she's driving a little.
Someone stole my car.
They're swerving. Oh, that's what I would do.
Oh. And where's the jewelry? I would say,
yeah, also,
you know
where's
what?
the jewelry?
Actually, I have you on video taking jewelry out of my mother's home. So if you don't want me to report this to the police, I think you should give up the car issue.
So you would say there was a video recording.
Yep.
Smart. Well, I'm up first this week. You got a little side bitch for us?
I do. So this is a self-written obit by a Geoff.
By a Geoff?
Well, not really. His name is Jeffrey, but it's spelled Geoffrey.
Oh, Geoffrey.
This was a really good example of, I feel like, using your death and obituary to do some good and send out a little warning. It's intense, but these are his own words. It says, this obituary was written by, God, I cannot see Geoff and not say Geoff, by Geoff Turner, who passed away on February 13th, 2019. I was an idiot who made the same stupid decision day after day, multiple times per day. I was a smoker, and even though I knew it may eventually kill me, I chose to deny the truth to myself. The pain and suffering I caused my family was not worth the perceived satisfaction that really did nothing more than waste money, separate me from my family, and eventually destroyed my body. I did many good things, helped lots of people, and even made a decent living. At 66 years old, I lived a decent life, but there are so many events and milestones I will not be able to share with my loved ones. The moral of this story, don't be an idiot. If you're a smoker, quit. Now, your life depends on it, and those that love you depend upon your life. I am survived by Josie, the best wife, nurse, friend I never deserved, my loving kids, my brother, and a bunch of friends listed. In lieu of flowers, donations are encouraged to the American Cancer Society or a children's charity of your choice.
Oh,
I know.
God, the self-written ones are always sad, but they're always like a good lesson. Like, hey, listen, get it together.
Get it together. I mean, honey, I love a little...
Who doesn't love a little sneaky sig?
A sneaky little sig every once in a while. Honey, especially if I've been drinking.
Oh, throw a few cocktails.
Give me a pack.
Yeah. Sad.
Sad, I know. I'm sorry.
But real.
Sad but real.
Sad but real.
That's my memoir.
And we're real sad to tell you that we're going to take a quick break. But when we come back,
you'll tell us what had you spinning.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Spencer, what had you spinning in your coffin?
Well, Madison, I'm so glad you asked. All right. Forever, I have heard this floating theory about doctors' handwriting, which you've probably heard too. For those of you unfamiliar, many say that doctors have the sloppiest handwriting.
They do.
Which there is actually a reason for, and we'll learn why.
Really?
Uh-huh. But perhaps most unsettling is usually coupled with the sloppy handwriting is the theory that, like, have you ever heard, like, okay, X amount of people die every year from prescription mix-ups?
Yes.
Okay, well, I wanted to find out exactly how often this actually happens because it sounds like one of those things where you're like,
that could never happen.
Yeah. Or it could happen, but maybe it's more of like a rarity.
Yeah.
I was floored.
Oh, God. Is it horrifying?
Are you ready? According to a report by the Institute of Medicine, 1.5 million injuries occur each year because pharmacists and healthcare workers misread sloppy handwriting. These handwriting errors involving prescription medications kill up to 7,000 Americans per year.
What? Wait, so it's the pharmacist's fault? Like fulfilling
Well, it's the doctor's fault for writing it sloppy, and it's the pharmacist being unable to decipher the handwriting and mixing up medications.
Oh my God, that's scary.
It's scary. 7,000. Like, that's insane. And honestly, who knows how many have gone by undiscovered, you know? Because, like, what if it was like a great grandma or something? She's 99 and...
Oh, well, we'll get into that in my coffin spinner, okay?
But I was like, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who just assume maybe that their loved one died of natural causes or old age when really it could have been a medical mix-up. And we're not even going to get into all kinds of malpractice here because there's a lot of weird shit in the medical community, but it's also partially human error, which you can't expect people to be perfect. But if someone's got to be close to perfect, it's got to be a doctor. Okay.
I feel like if I were a doctor, I would try to have the most clear handwriting.
Well, I think you'll feel a little
more
empathy maybe after. So this guy, Sean Hutchinson, wrote an article for Mental Floss called How Lethal is My Doctor's Sloppy Handwriting? He mentioned some of the statistics I listed earlier and then writes, fortunately, healthcare providers and tech companies have come up with a solution. The National E-Prescribing Patient Safety Initiative, which encourages doctors to write prescriptions electronically. Congress backed the plan in 2008, and since then, medical errors caused by sloppy scribbles have dropped by 90%.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I guess the next time someone tells you the computers are taking our jobs, be like, well, thank God.
They're also saving our lives.
Yeah. Ooh, they are saving our lives. That's a nice statistic, though. 90%. My God. We're going to get into some specific circumstances, but first I wanted to understand, like, why this is. Why do doctors have such sloppy handwriting? And I guess I always assumed, like, oh, they're so busy. They're just running around, kind of signing things off, which...
Or I have a theory that they try to protect their hands as much as possible.
Oh, because they use them so much?
Yeah, or I guess I'm thinking like surgeons.
Okay. Painrecovery.com says that if you've ever taken a handwriting prescription from a doctor or looked at the notes from your visit, it seems like no amount of squinting could help the letters get clearer. Bad handwriting almost seems like a requirement for graduating med school. For one thing, doctors have to write more than just about any other job, which I did not think about.
Wow, I did not think about that.
It says, quote, in the medical field, if it's not documented, it didn't happen, says Celine Boom, medical director at Paradox Worldwide. Anything you talk about behind closed doors needs written evidence for your medical history. Long days plus tons of writing equals a very tired hand. If you're writing literally for 10 to 12 hours a day and you're handwriting, your hand just can't do it, says Dr. Bricado.
Oh.
Most doctors' handwriting gets worse over the course of the day as those small hand muscles get overworked.
So make your appointments early.
Yeah, get that morning appointment if you want the clear prescription. I mean, and that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, they do have to write down everything. And I'm sure you would probably get, like, the worst hand cramps ever. I'd be, like, writing with my right hand. Like, the jargon that doctors deal with also lends itself to bad handwriting. Case in point, imagine trying to write
Dramatic.
You want to try to read this? You want to give it a try?
Epidemiologist?
No. Nope. Epididymitis. Epididymitis.
Oh, epididymitis.
Sure. What is it?
It's a flaky scalp.
Oh, no. Let's actually see what it is. Let's learn something together. Oh my God. Epididymitis is an inflammation of the coiled tube called the epididymis at the back of the testicle. The more you know.
The more you know.
Anyways, it says, imagine trying to write that word without your computer's handy spell check. We have so many technical terms that are impossible to write, says Dr. Toom.
Dr. Toom?
It's Thum.
Oh.
You sometimes scribble to cover the air because they don't know how to spell it. Plus, some terms that are totally clear to medical experts might leave you scratching your head. For instance, QD is shorthand for a Latin phrase meaning one a day, and TID means 3 times a day. Your pharmacist would know exactly what your doctor meant, but you'd probably just write it off as chicken scratch, which is true.
That's true. And then I'm also thinking about spell check. I mean, obviously it's worked because the 90% drop in fatalities, but
but getting it used to writing like QD or
what if it's what if it spells Xanax?
DQ?
Oh,
what if it changes it to DQ?
I know.
And next thing you know, you got a prescription for a blizzard.
You're at Dairy Queen fulfilling it.
Horrible, horrible, horrible. They also said doctors are extra careful when it comes to prescriptions because a tiny misread could have major consequences. For instance, instead of writing MG or MCG, doctors were encouraged to write out milligram or microgram. If a dosage is 100 times what you're writing, you have to be super careful about that, she says.
Oh.
Those tiny nuances in sloppy handwriting could be bad news for treatment.
I didn't even think about the dosages.
I
thought like, oh, they give them a completely different prescription. No, it's like, oh, you had 5 milligrams, but we filled it as 500. Holy cow.
And if you're thinking, oh, I'm supposed to take one of these for 500 days or whatever, that's a lot different than one for 5 days or something.
Or yeah, take one a day, but you take them 3 times a day.
Yeah, 1 a day, 3 times a day, baby. That's how often we're coming to you live. Once or 3 times a week or something like that. Okay, I came across several stories of families who actually, understandably, took legal action after losing a loved one due to a sloppy handwriting mistake. The first incident went down in Texas when Ramik Andrakaluru, cardiologist, wrote a prescription for a man named Ramon Vasquez. The prescription was supposed to be for 20 milligrams of Iserdil every 6 hours to treat Vasquez's angina.
What is that?
It's chest pain that's caused by reduced blood flow to the heart. And I think I could be wrong, but it's like squeezing pressure. I think that they link them to heart attacks a lot.
Okay.
Because the prescription was written poorly, the pharmacist provided Vasquez with Plendil, which is normally used to treat high blood pressure at the 20 milligram every 6-hour dosage. The maximum daily dosage of Plendil is only 10 milligrams, and he was taking 20 every 6 hours.
And that wasn't even his.
No.
Oh my God.
One day after taking a 16% overdose of Plendil, a drug he was not supposed to be taking at all, Ramon Vasquez had a heart attack. He died several days later, and when the Vasquez family sued the physician who had written the prescription and the pharmacy, the jury ordered them to share equally in the $450,000 verdict. After the case, the jurors indicated to the attorneys that they would have been willing to award a higher amount if the plaintiff's attorney had requested a certain figure.
When you said 450, I'm like, I would have gone higher.
Oh, we're talking millions, babe.
It's such a fucked up feeling because it was such a simple thing.
It's like one mistake. And I mean, honestly, again, it's like, thank God for technology.
I know.
It doesn't prevent all of it, but it definitely
reduces it.
That's
so sad.
I know.
Wow.
I think about if I was in that position, like if I lost a family member because
I would be so angry.
Oh, I would be livid.
I would be hitting up every CVS, every whatever pharmacy. Like,
who did this?
Who fucking did this?
Who filled this prescription?
Uh-huh.
The next one also came from Texas, actually, San Antonio specifically. I'm not picking on you, Texas.
Oh, yeah. By the way, we love Texas. I have family in Texas.
Oh.
My siblings lived in Texas.
My dad was from Texas.
It's incredible.
We love Texas.
We love it.
I think someone had commented something about like, why is Spencer, what's with all the hate on Texas? I'm like, I actually love Texas. Little do you know.
We're going to be there in 3 different areas, okay?
Yeah.
We love Texas.
Right after we're like, we don't have any control over where we go.
I know. No, but we're so happy.
Oh, I'm so excited for Texas. Texas together? Are you kidding me?
Oh my God.
Okay, Dr. Flavio Alvarez, a kidney specialist, initially had prescribed 10 millimoles of potassium to a dialysis patient named Dahlia Hernandez, who was 72 years old. Dahlia had been admitted to Northeast Baptist Hospital in November of 2011 for amputation of a toe on her left foot. 3 days after that procedure, her right foot also had to be amputated. Alvarez changed his mind about the dosage, intending to increase it from 10 millimoles to 20 millimoles, which is, I believe, a standard increase from 10 to 20. However, instead of scratching out the original amount on the form or starting over on a fresh one, he attempted to write a 2 over the 1. The result was a misinterpretation by nurses and pharmacists that the doctor had actually ordered 120 millimoles. A dosage described by attorneys as very obviously fatal. The physician was ordered by a civil court jury to pay $380,000 in damages to the woman's family. Wow. Fuck. From 10 to 20 is already a jump, and then you got 10 to 120?
That's what, 110 or 120%? 100%? I don't know.
Really? I'm not H&R Block, okay? We didn't math.
We didn't. Who knows?
I don't know math. To be honest, I saw someone online point out, and this is when I first was like, oh yeah, okay, that not all 7,000 deaths are solely caused by doctors, so it's not fair to really pin it all on them when a lot of the time it is pharmacists and farm techs that are supposed to review every prescription. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of true. But also, if the doctors had written them correctly in the first place, this probably wouldn't have happened. Doesn't the blame kind of fall on them? Like,
I know.
How do you decide? I mean, I guess if the doctor had written it correctly and the farm tech filled it incorrectly, then it would fall on them. But if it was the doctor had written it ineligible.
I think about, I'm like, what if like one of my parents was in that position, like as a doctor, right? Or a pharmacist. That's such a fucked up feeling because obviously it was a mistake. They never would have wanted that to happen. However, and I don't know because I'm ignorant to it. I'm not a pharmacist. Like, I don't know how many prescriptions they're filling every day. It probably is so fucking hectic. I know it is when I go in to pick up mine. But I would feel like if I really didn't know, I would call.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's fucked up all around.
All right. And I have to end with this article from Stat News, which is just wild. It says doctor gets 30 years to life for prescription drug deaths. So this is a little different. We're taking a little bit of a cult leader turn here.
Oh, is this like intentional?
Well, listen. So a Los Angeles doctor convicted of murder for prescribing exorbitant amounts of painkillers that left a dozen patients dead was sentenced to 30 years to life in prison. The conviction of Dr. Lisa Sang and her long prison sentence are rare for a doctor. Minutes before she was sentenced, she apologized in court to the families of her dead patients and others who became addicted to prescription drugs under her care. Quote, I suffer every day from the impact and I will do everything I can to take responsibility, she said. I have learned a very hard lesson and that will stay with me forever. In handing down the harsh sentence, Los Angeles County Superior Court Judge George Lamelli said that he found it egregious that she continued to write reckless prescriptions even after learning her patients were dying.
What? So what was she writing?
Well, he said, a person who seemingly did not care about the lives of her patients in this case, but rather appeared more concerned about distributing dangerous controlled substances in an assembly line fashion as to collect payments, which amounted to her amassing several $1 million, the judge said. The mother of 2 children will be over 70 before she has a chance at release. She had asked for a 15-year prison term, but she prescribed quote, crazy, outrageous amounts of medication to patients who didn't need the pills, according to the deputy district attorney, John Niederman, who told the jurors that during the trial, something is wrong with what you're doing if your patients are dying, he said. 12 of her patients died, but she was charged with just 3 murders because other factors were involved in the other deaths, including drugs prescribed by other doctors and a possible suicide. Her lawyer said that the 46-year-old doctor had been naive to prescribe so many medications and didn't think her patients would abuse them. Her patients often hid addictions to painkillers and that she thought she was helping ease their pain. The powerful painkillers that she prescribed included oxycodone, sold as Percocet and other brand names, and hydrocodone, popularly known under the brand name Vicodin. The first of her patients to die had received prescriptions from her 2 days earlier for oxycodone, the anti-anxiety drug Xanax, and the muscle relaxer Soma, prosecutor said. She was convicted of 3 counts of second-degree murder and all but 1 of 21 drug-related counts. She was also charged with illegally writing prescriptions for 2 of the deceased patients and 16 other people, 3 of whom were undercover agents.
Wait, they send in undercover agents?
To try and get pills from her because they knew that she was like selling them low-key dirty. Vu Nguyen, 29 of Lake Forest, Stephen Ogle, 25 of Palm Desert, and Joseph Rivero, 21, an Arizona State University student from San Ramon, died of overdoses between March and December of 2009. Ogle's mother, Desiree Ogle, said after the sentencing that her son died in April 2009, 8 hours after getting a methadone prescription from this doctor. She actually stopped his heart, Ogle said, adding that she thought the lengthy prison term was appropriate. She froze time for us that day. She barely kept any records on the 3 men until she was contacted by the Medical Board of California, prosecutor said, then fabricated documents to make it look like she had kept thorough records. She also ignored pleas from family members of patients who demanded she stop prescribing them drugs, prosecutors said.
Oh, she deserved it.
I mean, honestly, it's one thing to be like, I thought I was helping, but like if family members are reaching out and being like, they are an addict, stop prescribing them this medication, then you should do your fucking due diligence.
Well, and just not taking records.
Bye.
Lock
her up and throw away the key.
And she's going to the prison.
Oh, yeah.
Murders.
Moitus. Crazy.
Wow.
I know. There's, a lot of bad doctors. I remember one time I did a cult leader episode. It was like a list episode of doctors who did it just like committed heinous crimes, and it's so scary because obviously there's mistakes and mishaps and mischief in every field, but with doctors you're so vulnerable. I mean, you think like doctors are held to a very high degree, like even publicly, like there's a lot of pride in being a doctor.
Absolutely.
And listen, I love doctors.
Yeah.
I love the medical industry, love a prescription, love my pharmacy tax. But yeah, you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
Wow. Really, the only person really looking out for you is you.
How many quotes are you going to pull out?
I'm sorry, but I'm just saying I fill my prescription every 90 days for Lexapro. If I got it, even if it looked the same, I still look to see Okay.
The dosage.
The dosage, all of that.
You're also like a pretty level-headed, clear thinker. You don't have any disabilities.
That's true.
Like,
That's true.
I think about like the vulnerable of society who
Yeah.
are people suffering from certain diseases or illnesses or age.
Or I'm just thinking, even like if I was out of my prescription for like a day, if I forget to take my medication for a day, I start to get the brain zaps. I start to feel nauseous and probably would just be like, fuck, like, okay, I'll just take it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you always got to double check.
Yeah. Sad.
Sad.
Really fucking sad.
I know.
Oh, God. Couldn't even imagine.
No. And I think with people's dependencies on painkillers and stuff, like I know as a sober person, even when I get like a procedure done,
you're getting your wisdom teeth out with nothing.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want any prescription pills, if anything. Just, I'll take a Tylenol.
You love it.
Yeah.
Too much.
Oh my God, girly, do I love it. I know. Well, one time I did have a root canal and they gave me Norcos and I was like, I love this. And I was like, I had a roommate at the time and I was like, hi, can you throw these away? Because I love them. And I don't need them anymore. All right. Well, on that note, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we'll hear what had you spinning in your coffin.
Alrighty.
We'll be right back. And we're back. All right, girly. You've given us some hints, but what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
You know what? Death certificates had me spinning. Can you believe it?
We've never talked about death certificates.
We've never talked about them, and they...
Unless we've talked about having to bring them in to prove someone's dead for a payment.
Okay, I'll get into that. So death certificates are so important from, as you know, previous episodes, Spencer, you talked all about canceling subscriptions and bills and just stuff and how sometimes it can be a nightmare and you have to produce everything, including a death certificate to do it.
Oh, sometimes they ask you to bring the remains.
Yes, I was writing this. I was like, some of you Geoffs wrote in after and had horror stories about having to bring grandma to AT&T in her urn.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Horrendous, I'd say.
Horrendous. However, we haven't covered what a death certificate like really entails and what's written all over it and where it started and just the ins and outs, okay?
Oh, I'm excited for this.
Alrighty, so a death certificate, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is an official statement signed by a physician of the cause, date, and place of a person's death. It's really humbling to know that all of us will be issued one of these.
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, I know. And hopefully the physician's handwriting is good so we know.
You got a clear cause for that death certificate.
Your basic info on your death certificate is your name, obviously, your gender, your age, and your race, as well as your date of birth, birthplace, your marital status. And I was thinking, I was like, remember when Facebook came out with It's Complicated? I was like hoping that it would make it onto some of these death certificates, but it hasn't yet.
Okay.
Your social security number, your parents' names, your occupation. And I was like, who cares about that?
Wait, if we died, what would they write? Clowns?
Clowns. And your education level.
Oh, embarrassed. I don't want anyone to see my death certificate.
I'll have you know I graduated from college.
I'll have you know. Bleep, 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 bleep. I don't know. I think I took my GED, or at least I said I did.
Yeah. Education level.
Oh, please.
Eddie.
None of your business.
None of your business. Then they get down to the nitty gritty. Where did you croak? What location were you in? And you better hope it wasn't an embarrassing one, because they're going to put it. What if it's like Chuck E. Cheese? They just put that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, they probably put the address.
Oh, yeah. Then you can Google it. Oh, my God.
I want to know where grandmom died.
Yeah. It's like a topless strip club or something.
Where did granddad go? Well,
honey.
He had a heart attack at fucking, what is it, Coyote Ugly.
Yeah.
He was at the adult toy store on Sepulveda.
He was a treasure chest. Pleasure chest.
Yeah, pleasure chest.
Then it goes over the cause of death. And this is what I really wanted to get into.
Oh, the cod.
What?
Cod.
Yes. Uh-huh. Why are you talking about fish?
I saw it. It was swimming around the pleasure chest.
Yeah. Your pirate dildo over here.
Arr, the hook.
Your arm is a wiener.
Yeah, they call me Captain Hook for a reason, baby.
Oh my God. So I went to the CDC website and they have a whole section on writing cause of death statements. And I'll link the article and examples they give so you Geoffs can see, but they say, quote, cause of death statements on death certificates capture the sequence of events leading to death, plus the time interval between the onset of each condition and death. When a death occurs, a certifier must determine the cause or causes of death and accurately report it on the death certificate. Guidelines for who can certify a death can vary by jurisdiction, but the certifier is typically a physician, medical examiner, or coroner. So this is where it got confusing for me because, well, I'll break it down, like the cause of death stuff. So I clicked on a thing on the website that said instructions for completing the cause of death section of the death certificate, and it brought me to an example death certificate. It looks like this. I'll link it, but...
Okay.
And so it
This looks like an application form.
Yeah. So it's the form says instructions for completing the cause of death section of the death certificate. On it, it says accurate cause of death information is important to the public health community in evaluating and improving the health of all citizens, and often to the family now and in the future, and to the person settling the descendant's estate. I know we think of like, oh, turning off stuff and getting our affairs in order with the death certificate, but really they kind of look at it as like a public safety thing.
Okay.
To calculate, you know, like when COVID, it's still going on, like calculate how many deaths, like that sort of thing. That's when you need a death certificate. So the cause of death section, it says it consists of two parts. So part one is for reporting a chain of events leading directly to the death, with the immediate cause of death, the final disease, injury, or complication directly causing death on line A, and then you have the underlying causes. For example, their immediate cause of death is a rupture of myocardium. However, the underlying causes of that were acute myocardial infarction, coronary artery thrombosis, and atherosclerotic coronary artery disease.
You know what this reminds me of? When we did that escape room. And we were in like a lab. And it had like myocardium.
Yeah.
We had to like match up with what the underlying causes were that caused their death.
Yes.
Remember?
Yes. So it's interesting because it's like, okay, a heart attack, but under that are the underlying causes. And then there's a portion to report contributing conditions to the death, but not resulting in the underlying causes. On this one, it was smoking, diabetes, like that sort of stuff.
Okay.
And then on there, it also has, okay, the rupture of myocardium happened in minutes. That was the interval to death was minutes. And then the acute myocardial infarction, they determined that it was 6 days before death. So it's just like, it's so
calculated.
And then there's a thing that says, did tobacco contribute to the death? And then if female, like were they pregnant in a year? Like that sort of stuff is there. And then the manner of death, which you always hear about. You always hear cause of death and manner of death. Manner of death is, was it natural? Was it an accident? Was it a suicide? Was it a homicide? Is it pending investigation? Or could it not be determined? So those are all the things you can check. Okay, they also speak about uncertainty. And that was another thing that I was like, you see sometimes on death certificates, undetermined or could not be determined. And it's like, what? How could you not determine it, right? They say, quote, in this case, the certifier should think through the causes about which he or she is confident and what possible etiologies, which I Googled, so it comes up a lot. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? It's like just like the manner of causation.
A good word to know. We'll throw it in our vocabulary.
I know.
On an episode of Cult Leader that I did this week, there was actually a case where there were 2 children who were murdered by somebody. One of the kids, it was obvious strangulation, but the other child was found multiple days later, and unfortunately, like, wildlife had gotten to him. And because of that, they weren't able to determine a cause of death. He was most likely strangled, but because it was rats, I think, had actually started eating him. It's horrible. They weren't able to, like, tell because they had eaten away all of, like, where they would really be able to see
What
that it was
came
strangulation.
first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that probably affects the
Absolutely.
lead up or the list of underlying causes or whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting.
God. Okay, so then the CDC, it says, quote, in this case, the certifier should think through the causes about which he or she is confident and what possible etiologies could have resulted in these conditions. The certifier should select the cause that are suspected to have been involved and use words such as probable or presumed to indicate that the description provided is not completely certain. If the initiating condition reported on the death certificate could have arisen from a pre-existing condition, but the certifier cannot determine the etiology, he or she should state that the etiology is unknown, undetermined, or unspecified, so it is clear that the certifier did not have enough information to provide even a qualified etiology. They even go into old age, which I have always said, oh, she died of old age or whatever. Wrong. You do not say that in a death certificate. They're like, age is listed somewhere else. Like, you don't say old age.
Oh.
Then that brings me to natural causes. If someone dies of natural causes, it just means something happened internally. No external factors contributed to the death. In the elderly section, they used in one of their examples unspecified natural causes because they couldn't determine a cause of death, but nothing warranted an investigation.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like how you don't have to have an autopsy for everyone.
Yeah, true. Absolutely. I also read something interesting that for stillbirths, I guess it's not really standard to like give out a death certificate along with a birth certificate. So instead, you're issued a certificate of birth resulting in stillbirth.
Oh,
I know.
God.
It's so sad.
So hard.
Lastly, from a New York Times article, and I apologize, guys, for quoting so many articles, but I just don't want to get any of this wrong. I will fuck it up if I try to explain it to you guys.
I just knew all the medical jargon in mine. That's why I... Oh, come on.
Come on. It says, quote, the chain of causes is often long and complicated, and sometimes the start point is not clear. For example, and this like really kind of broke it down for me, was the cause of a drowning the inability to swim, being pushed, or falling into water? A heart attack, abnormal heart rhythm, or a stroke? Inebriation, the side effects of a prescribed or illicit drug, or hot weather. In general, a government medical examiner must be informed in cases of criminal neglect or violence, drug and chemical overdose and poisoning, workplace accidents, sudden death when in apparent good health, a death in which no physician has cared for the patient in the preceding 31 days, and injuries like falls, among other causes. Which makes you think like, yeah, okay, is the cause drowning? Or was it...
Or were they pushed?
Or is it they were dehydrated and it's hot water and they passed out and they just happened to be in water? Like what?
And I guess that a lot of that probably depends on how long they're in the water, too, until they're found. Because they can probably tell, like, oh, yeah, this person had alcohol abuse on the liver. But if they've been in water for a long time, I mean, who knows?
So what was the cause?
So what was it?
What was it?
Come
New
on.
York Times?
Mr. New York Times. Hey, Mr. NYT, tell us the COD.
Oh, hey, I like that. Now, death certificates are generally between like $5 to $50 and are considered public record in most states. We're talking USA right here. Right here.
Hell yeah, brother.
Although the cause of death is not included in this, the cause of death is typically, I guess, can stay private usually, and it requires like a spouse, a child, a parent, or an executor of an estate or funeral director, government agency to prove who they are, and then they can obtain that information. Unless the death certificate is over, I believe, about 50 years old, then it's then you can have access to it.
Yeah, free reign,
Okay.
baby.
It also came as a surprise to me that death certificates weren't very common until the early 1900s.
They said, we got to start keeping track of this.
We gotta-
Some weird shit's going on, okay?
This is when here in the United States we started maintaining vital records, which are your birth and death records, before official death certificates that were recorded and held by the state. Local churches typically held on to death records and burial records. And now we're going into Europe because we're going to talk about 1500s before the US was even a thing. A predecessor of the death certificate during this time was a legal document that needed to be filled out. So they still had, like, even if it was in the church, they still had
written record.
you still have to have a record of it. You still need to make the burial legal and allow the deceased's assets and estate to be properly handled. But this sent me down a rabbit hole, Spencer, because they had something known as the Bill of Mortality.
Ooh.
Now,
that sounds way more metal than a death certificate.
I know. A Bill of Mortality, they were literally like weekly stats on deaths in the later 1500s and 1600s in Europe, and they would release these weekly to show what people died of. Now, around this time, London was struck with, I mean, honey, so many things. There was the plague. It was the 1500s. Anything could have killed you.
Take me back.
And anything kind of did kill. But listed on these reports, it's wild, okay? I'm going to read you some. There's cancer on there, 61 people this week. This was in 1742. This week was cancer, a cold, 9 people, diabetes, 1 person. But then there's stuff like childbed, which I didn't know. We'll get into what that means. Evil, 21.
They died. 21 people died of evil that week?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my
Of
God.
evil?
I wonder if those were people who were executed.
No, because it says executed also. Mortification.
Oh, I was mortified.
St. Anthony's fire, 4 people. Broken limbs, 5 people. Choked with fat, 1 person. Died by the bite of a mad dog, 3
Did
people.
this say their names or just like it just was listing how many people died and what, of what cause?
Yeah. And then it showed like males and females and
I'd be humiliated if they posted it.
humiliated. Killed by falls and other accidents, 54. Overlaid, 75. I'll tell you what all these mean. Made away with themselves, 41 people that week.
I got a guess for that one.
I know. Rising of the Lights, 11 people. Killed by a fall from the belfry at All Hallows the Great, 1 person.
I was going to say that one sounds specific.
I know. Well, this one's real specific. Burnt in his bed by a candle at St. Giles, Cripplegate.
Oh, God.
Okay. Grief took the life of some people. Bleeding took 2 people. There was a bunch. So I had to look up what all these terms meant. So the public domain helped explain some of these, as well as a girl on YouTube. She's a little hidden gem. I think she's got like 13 subscribers, but she has a channel called Historian Finding History, and she like broke down what these terms meant.
Oh, really?
Bit with a mad dog means rabies. Killed by planet, I saw a lot, and that's astrological. Like if you weren't aligned astrologically with planets, you could die.
You just dropped dead?
Uh-huh.
Oh, please.
Uh-huh. Evil or king's evil was a term for scripholia, which meant tuberculosis in your lymph nodes. Rising of the lights meant pretty much anything respiratory because they referred to your lungs as the lights.
Huh.
Piles, I saw a lot, which means bloody hemorrhoids.
Oh, God.
I know. Okay, childbed, I saw a lot, and that meant childbed fever, which is like an infection after childbirth.
Aw.
Overlaid, I saw a lot. And that is basically like smothering your child, either on accident or swaddling the child too hard. It's like suffocating them.
No.
John Fane was one I saw a lot too, and that meant lockjaw. People just died of lockjaw. And then cut of the stone, which meant when you had bladder stones and you had surgery, to get those stones out, people didn't survive that surgery. And that's what cutting the stone.
Fuck.
Yeah. All of these things just kind of go to show, like they looked at the symptoms, because these wouldn't be causes of death, right?
No.
But back then they were. They looked at like the symptoms and stuff as the cause of death.
Interesting to think about that.
I know.
Huh. That's very
Crazy.
weird. Interesting. I loved that.
Thank you, girly.
Thank you.
And that's that.
And that's that.
The doctors are out.
Yes, we both got really medical today.
I know.
Medical maniacs.
I know.
That's what we are. Oh, I loved it. All right, well, we know what comes after death.
Some obituaries.
Some obituaries, baby. We got sent this one a bunch, and I deleted it every time it came in so that you wouldn't see it.
Okay.
I'm going to omit some names, but I'm going to keep the main person's name. Michael Orwin Haight, who was born on January 7th, 1980 in Seattle, Washington, to his parents. After his dad finished dental school in 1981, the family moved to Cedar City, Utah. In his youth, Michael loved spending time participating in City League baseball, basketball, soccer, various outdoor and scouting activities. He achieved the rank of Eagle Scout. Michael excelled at everything he did, graduating from Cedar High School in 1998, where he was the Sterling Scholar in Business.
Accomplished.
Did a lot. He was very involved in various sports and activities. Michael spent the summer after graduation working in Alaska in a fish processing plant. His leadership skills, values of honest hard work, and determination quickly led him to be a line manager over a crew of 10 to 12 men. Michael was called and served full-time in a mission to Porto Alegre South, Brazil for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. He loved the people he met on his mission, and he had many fond memories of his time spent there. After his mission, Michael began classes at Southern Utah University studying business. He graduated with his bachelor's degree in 2004, where he was named the outstanding finance student for the School of Business. During this time, he met Tasha Earle in their student ward. They were married in the St. George Temple on May 10th of 2003. Together, they welcomed 5 children into their family.
Wow.
Macy Lynn, Briley Ann, Ammon Michael, Sienna Bell, and Gavin Drew. Each of these children were truly a cherished miracle to them. Michael made it a point to spend quality time with each and every one of his children. Michael enjoyed making memories with the family. He spent many evenings and Saturdays coaching the Children's City League sporting teams, attending the children's concerts at school, going on side-by-side rides, doing home improvement projects, sledding, and much more. Michael lived a life of service. Whether it was serving in the church or the community, he was willing to help with whatever was needed. Michael owned and operated a successful insurance agency, receiving many awards and honors for his achievements. Many of his clients loved and appreciated the care and attention he gave to them. He recently sold his business to allow more flexibility to spend time with his family. He's survived by his mother, siblings, grandparents, and he's also survived by many aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, and cousins. Funeral services will be held privately. Friends and family will be notified of the details. The family would like to express a thank you to those in the community who have reached out with their love and support, and all who have helped in any way. You're very much appreciated.
Boring.
You said, give it to me. It sounds like a very just accomplished
Just
young
nice,
man.
Very nice.
Died
generic-
young,
Yeah.
1980.
Okay, what's the catch?
It's one of these instances you walk away, you're like, oh, this is a great family man.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
What?
This obituary fails to mention is that 42-year-old Michael murdered his entire family.
What?
His wife, Tasha, 40 years old.
When was this?
Oh, this happened recently, 2023. We're in January, so yeah.
Wait, is this that story going around?
Yes. Okay. So
The guy and his like mother-in-law also or something?
yes, he killed so his wife, Tasha, who was 40 at the time, had filed for divorce.
Okay.
He ends up killing her, their 3 daughters, who were 17, 12, and 7, and the 2 sons, who were 7 and 4. And then killed his mother-in-law as well, Gail Earle, who was 78 at the time.
What the fuck? And that was the obituary?
And that was his obituary.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Who wrote that? Do we know? Probably his family.
Yeah, it's since been taken down.
Good.
But it's 2023. The screenshots, they exist once it's put out into the internet. And it made headlines because people were like, how the fuck would you post this obituary? And we talk about it all the time. Like, obituaries are for the living, right? And even if your child is a murderer, you still probably you still have love for your child. It's your child.
Yeah.
Okay? But in an instance like this, I feel like it's very disrespectful to the victims.
Absolutely. Are you delusional? Why would you ever?
Well,
you also don't have to put out an obituary.
That's the thing. You don't have to put out an obituary. And if you're going to put out an obituary, I mean, even if it was something where it was like 2 sentences, like Michael died, like just to let people know that he was dead, that's one thing. But to like list all of these accomplishments in his wife and what a family man, it's like, yes, this could be an instance where somebody mentally snapped and they did something horrific.
Right.
And I understand that and have sympathy and empathy.
Right.
But at the same time, he also murdered his wife, children, and there's other victims involved.
Wow.
So, sorry, you don't get a fucking glowing report.
Wow.
Horrible.
Oh my God. Jesus.
I know. We haven't had an obituary with a twist in a while.
I'm mad.
Oh, she's cracking her back. She's ready to fight.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Wow. Okay. I have one of a missing person.
Huh?
Jeffrey, 62, of Pennsylvania, lost his life on August 7th, 2018. We have been looking for him ever since, but we can't find him. Geoff was last seen by his wife, Nancy, at their home. His mother, Doris, and children have hired Ajax Investigations to help locate him, and they need your help. In the past, Geoff may have been found at a car auction or a yard sale with his father. Other places Geoff may be found include bowling with his grandson, snuggling and watching cartoons with his other grandchildren, or collecting data in hopes of drafting champion fantasy teams. Other places that may be useful to look are at his record shop or anywhere that vinyl record albums may be found, or maybe napping with his dog Lucy or hunting the snack aisle at the grocery store. We believe his renowned sign on Route 171 may provide a clue as to his whereabouts. We are conducting a search party on Friday, August 17th from 5 to 8 at Hennessy's funeral home. The search party will regather on Saturday at Rushville Baptist Church. We strongly believe that flowers will not be useful in locating Geoff. Instead, St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital has agreed to assist in the search with your generous donation.
Oh, I love that
Isn't
they
that
did
cute?
that. That is cute.
I
That's
know.
like a themed obituary.
I know.
Oh, I might have an idea.
Alrighty.
I love that.
I know. So sweet.
Oh, we've been taken in all kinds of directions. Definitely sweeter than mine was, I'll tell you that.
I know. God.
Well, Miss Doctor.
Well, Nurse Henry.
We've spun in our coffins.
We've bitched our obituaries.
Even ones that didn't deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
That means it's time for some dumb
Ass
criminals. Let's go. Oh, girly. Oh, my girly.
No.
We've got a repeat offender this week.
No.
Okay, storm drain girly.
No.
At it again.
Third time.
Third fucking time. Could not believe my eyes when I saw the news.
Oh, no.
This is from ABC. Delray Beach, Florida. A woman with a history of being rescued from storm drains was pulled from another one on Wednesday. This just happened. It was Lindsay Jane Kennedy's third storm drain in just over 2 years.
Oh my God.
Can't keep her away. Delray Beach police in Florida said the latest call came at noon. A witness reported someone possibly in distress while swimming in a canal. Officers and firefighters arrived, rushed to the scene, and they asked Kennedy, who they didn't recognize, if she needed help. They didn't get a response. According to police, she ignored them and
Yeah, leave her alone at this point.
let her just live under there. She ignored them and climbed into a storm drain pipe. The woman refused to come out and began crawling farther into the culvert pipe, which crossed under Lindell Boulevard. I love that she is just a mole person.
Just let her do what she wants.
She belongs there.
Yes.
Something is calling her there.
I think I know what it is.
It said apparently a rescue attempt became trying to catch Kennedy. Firefighters said they contained her between two sections of the pipe. It's like trying to catch a hamster. Then special operations team members from Delray Beach Fire Rescue used a ladder and rescue harness to get her out. They said Kennedy appeared to have minor injuries and paramedics treated her, then took her to the hospital for further evaluation. And then it talks about her previous
She's gonna end up there again.
Police have said the story she told them in March of 2021 started with her swimming in a canal near her boyfriend's house.
I remember
and
that.
Seeing a doorway near a shallow part of the canal. She entered it, noticed a tunnel, and followed it out of curiosity. She told the police that tunnel led to another one and so on until she realized she was lost. And remember, she was like, going, help.
Yeah, but now she loves it.
Oh, she is just a storm drain girly. And
I love her.
And then it talks about the other one that happened in 2021.
Didn't she have like a bag of Doritos or something?
Well, that was Texas, between Dallas and Fort Worth. They had been searching for her when her mom and best friend found her at a canal. Her family had taken her to a rehab, I guess, and then she wandered off. And the next thing you know, she slips into the storm drain. There is a tracking app on her phone that led her family to her location after the first time. And that's when, like, her family was dropping food and, like, Gatorade and stuff into manholes so that she could swim to them. Just crazy.
Oh, God, love her.
She's my favorite dumb criminal.
She is.
Just girly, what do you know that we don't, you know?
What's down there?
What is down there?
All right. Well, I love that.
What do you got?
I have Robert, who is 25, from New York. This happened in 2020. He was already a criminal. He had been charged with the possession of a stolen Lexus and attempted grand larceny of a truck. He was waiting for his jail sentence, which was going to be about a year long. However, something tragic happened. He actually ended up dying by suicide. So his fiance submitted his death certificate to his lawyer, who then submitted it to the courts.
Uh-huh.
I took a look at the death certificate and I thought it looked pretty good. Now that I'm an expert, I think everything looked legit, except registry was spelt a little different. It was spelt Reg-Citri. And the courts looked through it, looked at it, and concluded that it was fake.
Oh, no.
Okay. Lo and behold, Robert was alive and well. He just fled the state, committed fraud by producing the fake death document. And then he was caught in Philadelphia, where he reportedly stole from a Catholic college and obviously gave false identification to officers. He ended up pleading not guilty, but the judge was petty. So the judge said, okay, your bail is set at $1 for this charge. He makes bail. Then judge puts him back in jail because of his other underlying case.
Uh-huh.
And makes him sit there.
Oh, wow. They need to meet the one who drew the license plate.
I know.
People need to get together and they need to go take an art class or something.
Or gave the Legoland license as their license.
Actually, a lot of things I can think of. Someone drew their own driver's license. Oh, God. Some real dumbasses.
Oh, my God.
Well, gee, I think that's it for this week. We didn't have time to get down to the post office, but if there's not a gavel in there, I'm going to lose my fucking mind.
I know.
I think that's it for the week. You can follow along online on TikTok at Obituary Podcast, on Instagram and Twitter at Obituary Pod.
Please visit our website at obituarypodcast.com. That has all of our links too, if you ever need any
Madison
help.
Did all of that, by the way. She is just, you're a star. You're a star.
Oh, my God.
And you can send gavels and other things to our P.O. Box, P.O. Box 18149, Long Beach, California, 90807.
Get a ticket to a live show?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come. Are you coming?
Are you?
I mean, we're coming. So imagine just knowing we're just in that theater right over there down the street from you, and you're not coming to see us?
Are you
when we
kidding
came
me?
all that way?
Wow.
Wow.
The disrespect.
That's our new tactic, is we're going to guilt you into coming to see us.
That's it for the week.
We'll see you next week with some more Quaff and Spinnis.
Obituaries.
And dumb
Ask criminals.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. What if we did like such a professional sign off? Goodbye.
Bye.